Barbara.
What an excellent day for an exorcism.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
I like to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly insane?
I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work.
We have such sights to show you.
Who's laughing now?
Are you crazy? Kill you all! I'm the best play you ever had. I am your worst dream come true. I'm everything ever were afraid of.
They're here.
There we are.
We are here.
Yeah, it's true. It is true. That a little closer. How's it going tonight, guys?
Pretty good. How you guys doing?
Ready for dinner?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, this is not a calorie dense show, but it's gonna be food for the soul because we're talking about pastors and how to get into heaven by bribing your way there or being conned into it, I guess.
Oh my God. This stuff, like, what trips me out is like this shit is basically like a government approved cult.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like totally, acceptable in society. And it's like, what the hell? There is no difference between this shit and Jonestown and Manson and all this other shit. Like, it's the same shit. Scientology, exactly. It's the same shit. It's just for some reason these guys just, registered with the government. So,
well, I mean, if you get the proper paperwork, they're going to let you do a lot of stuff. The government really doesn't care as long as they get their cut.
Right.
Well, with the church, they get nothing because they're all tax exempt, so they don't get anything from it.
Which is crazy. Well, real quick before we get it, Fabrizio saying his dad is just fully recovered from COVID, so I'm very happy to hear that, brother. Glad to hear it. But you're absolutely right, though. I mean, it's such a weird thing in our country where, I mean, yeah, it's good to have, your rights protected, but does everybody's rights really need to be protected? Do these people deserve it? I don't know. I just don't know.
Yeah.
I want to would you rather, though, before we dive into that.
I think we best. Yeah.
Would you guys rather eat literal dumpster food for a year, or every time you eat, it tastes like dumpster food?
Okay, I have something for that because that doesn't necessarily. I'm an optimist. I like to look at both sides. That could be a good thing on either side. Okay. Because what dumpster is it? Is it like a McDonald's dumpster? Is it a Taco Bell dumpster?
A Starbucks dumpster.
That's a Starbucks. Thank you. A Starbucks dumpster. Oh God, that would be fabulous.
I used to work there, so we throw in a lot of like good food. Like that wasn't bad.
Yeah, actually, when I worked at a pot shop, we had a customer that worked at the Starbucks on the east side, and he would take all the stuff that was like it went bad like 2 days before or the day of or whatever in like a big clear trash bag. And he would bring it in and be like, hey, are you guys hungry? Like, this shit's really not bad. It's just the date on it. Like, we can't sell it anymore. So we throw it out and I get to take it home because I'm the manager. So it was great. I got to try so many things I didn't know existed. It was amazing. I'll eat that trash.
I like my trash tastes like that. Lotto or dumpster latte. Yeah. if you look at it that way, I guess I just got to pick the right dumpster.
What about a bar dumpster?
Oh God, no. That is Russian roulette with so much health wise.
Oh goodness. Oh, and Charlie said, I dated a woman who couldn't cook for 2 years. 1 year with dumpster food would be an improvement. Oh my God. That poor lady and that poor Charlie. Because
Miguel, you know what a dumpster, what a bar dumpster tastes like. You know what bar trash tastes like, Miguel? I got it on film.
Yeah, but that's funny. There was alcohol there too, so it was okay. It was clean.
Bar dumpsters have alcohol in it. It's all the same, baby. You just don't know. Yeah.
A dumpster, those also have used needles and condoms, I'm assuming. So I'm not eating out of that trash.
Yeah, I'm just saying, it's all the same.
I don't know. I think for safety reasons, I'd rather the food just taste like dumpster food versus actually out of the dumpster itself.
Boo.
So I don't know. I've seen what people do to dumpsters, and I'm not a fan. That's what I'll say. Not a fan.
People like you happen to dumpsters.
Peas in a pod. Oh my goodness!
Give me a weird look. I don't know why.
But I think I would definitely have to steer clear of actual dumpster food itself. But that really does fit into tonight's topic because there's a lot of dumpster divers involved in cults or in organized religious sects that turn out to be fanatical. Is the nicest way to say it, I would say.
Yeah.
These people are super corrupt, and it's definitely like one person who has the smidgiest little bit of charisma and somehow tricked a bunch of people into giving them shit, which blows my mind. It blows my mind.
Yeah, it's
not even attractive usually either, so I don't get it.
Right? Yeah, that's the thing too. Or they have like decent looking wives that are just overly done.
Yeah, I don't understand it at all. Desiree, how's it going? I want to make sure I say hello to you. But before we get into that, I think we need some strange news.
Okay. This one's so nice. I have to bring it up twice because I already talked about this earlier in the week. But I don't know if you guys have heard about this or not. You guys have seen Black Mirror, right? Or maybe a couple of the episodes. Okay, did you guys ever see the one where it was the young couple and he dies and she was able to get a program and like talk to him through an AI way, and then she got like a fake body and like put it in the robot? Okay, we're almost there now. Microsoft actually put a patent, an application for a patent in 1997, I think.
Uh-oh.
And it just went through. And so now they've started working on all this AI that's very similar to that. It's a chat bot. Sorry, I keep saying that wrong. And basically what it is it will collect your social media data, your emails, your text messages, your Google history, anything, your voicemails. And it uses like an algorithm to create a new you. And it'll take photos of you to make a 3D image of your AI counterpart so that you can do like this, like FaceTime calling. And you would like Tupac on the stage. It'd be like almost like not like a hologram, but it's like that. Like it's fake, it's digital. And it kind of just auto predicts like a conversation with you, basically. And you'd be able to get them to train your own chat bot so that you can continue to live on through AI. And what they're going to do is they're going to take like dead celebrities and politicians and fictional characters. Like Harry Potter could be like a person you talk to on the daily pretty soon. Weird. Yeah.
They're to where that we don't need human interaction anymore.
Oh yeah, they've already broken all that off. This is all we do now. So
I don't like it.
Did you find it?
No, I didn't even want to look at it because I've seen something like that because they have those like the AI chatbots that people taught to like cuss and hate humanity because just people on the internet are bad, and like those were like the open source ones. So if they get really like specific to a person, you're probably gonna have a few people out there who might not have the best grasp on reality, who are going to go insane.
Yeah.
I just feel like for $29.99 a month, you are now going to be locked in your house forever. And it's
could you imagine how much more possible true crime that would open up to at the same time? Like, for example, say, because you can do living people too. Say you do like an AI Selena Gomez because you just love her so much, you're infatuated with her. And then all of a sudden you have this fictitious relationship with an AI chatbot.
Oh, shit.
And you get the wrong crazy person that thinks this is really happening, and then could go out of their way to stalk and approach her and harm her or do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can see all that kind of stuff opening up from it too.
Me too.
Ooh, that's that would not be great.
Or stolen identity. You can steal someone's identity and make a fake chat bot with it.
Well, politicians too, like they could say things that will influence people to vote a certain way. Like if a fake politician making promises and all kinds of shit like that. Well, they do that anyway, but I mean, like,
there was something. Sorry.
Oh, I just meant like not a real person, but yeah.
Well, not that long ago, it was in China or Japan or something like that. There was some kind of event that was happening, and they had a AI host, basically. It was like, what was that movie so long ago? Simone or Simon or whatever her name was, but she was she was made up. She was AI. But she was like, she had her own thoughts. I know, Miguel, you have to know what I'm talking about. She was blonde.
She was.
I think it had Al Pacino in it.
Oh, I don't know that one. I was thinking Ex Machina until no, I don't know.
Damn it. But yeah, so they kind of made a little bit of a deal about it because they were like, oh, this is going to be the future of events where you don't actually have to have a person and pay them to be there. Or like like you don't have Kanye West there and then all of a sudden you've got all Kanye West's followers there. It's like somebody who you, what would it be, like more biased kind of deal? Like they're not a real person, so they don't have real opinions and shit.
Right.
So it's just a neutral
thing.
It's a neutral thing. So yeah, they kind of made a small deal about that. I gotta find out what it was though. It was like China or Japan or something. But I thought that was weird and interesting too.
Yeah, it's hard to tell where these chatbots begin and end. I mean, there's an app you can download on your phone and you start talking to your own chatbot, and it does the same thing, but it's not as advanced as this sounds. It's literally just like a conversation holder, and it gets real weird. I downloaded it one day and I was like, this can't be. And then it was exactly like the ones online, but instead of it being, racist and terrible, like people made it, it was just whatever you put in. And then Charlie says the movie is Simon or Simone or Simon. I don't know.
Thank you. Yeah, it's Simone. Yeah, thank you. That's what I thought. But it's got Al Pacino in it, and basically she's AI, but then she gets like her own mind. It's kind of an older movie. I forget most parts of it because it's been so long since I've seen it. But yeah, and then the whole Black Mirror, like those shows. I haven't seen all of them, but I've seen like quite a few of them. And if you watch them and really pay attention, I mean, especially for the shit that we cover, you could see a lot of similarities between shit that's going on in the world or that we are advancing towards in like those episodes. Right. So it's kind of like a precursor to the future and shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree with that. It's eerily similar in some ways to the point where it's like, well, I'm turning this off now. I'm gonna go have nightmares that are gonna be in the newspaper tomorrow. So it's great.
It's the Illuminati. They got to tell us without telling us. So.
Yeah, I believe it. Oof. Well, I need something to not make me feel like I'm gonna be talking. I hope you guys are real. First of all, I hope this isn't an AI long con the entire time. Well, you can even go on YouTube right now and see that. I forget what company it is made an anime chat video streamer, and she went into Omegle and stuff and just talked to people, full on conversation, and there's no one controlling it anymore. It's just a program running, and it will talk to people in real time.
Weird.
Video chatting, not on text, not on anything like that. It is a real time thing. And she can respond, she can adapt to the conversation, she can add stuff to it. It's very creepy. And
It's creepy.
Yeah, it blows my mind. We got to get out of this subject because this is a whole other episode that we need to like jump into a lot. Let's laugh at some death, please. Something that's real that can actually die. Some humans, please.
Okay. This one's a doozy. So 27-year-old Kenneth in February of 1982 in Arizona was trying to impress a bunch of his friends. They're all hanging around, and they had been shooting saguaro cacti with a 16-gauge shotgun. I guess this is type of cactus that gets really big, but it's illegal to destroy them in Arizona. I guess it is now. It's like $100,000 fine.
Damn.
Yeah. So Kenneth shot at this thing, yelled timber, and it fell and crushed him. And he was impaled by the spikes as well. So.
You yelled your own timber and didn't move out of the way.
Yeah. That's what got me.
Oh my goodness. I want to throw things at this man.
But yeah, this cactus was 27 feet tall.
Damn.
Fucking huge cactus.
How big are the cactus needles then at that size? It's got to be huge.
Yeah, I don't know. I probably totally butchered the name on how to pronounce it. It's spelled, where'd it go? Saguaro.
Saguro?
Yeah.
Saguro. Cactus. Okay, I'm going to type that in so you guys can see. Oh, these are those. I'm going to put it on here too so you guys can see it online if you're not familiar, because it is those Wile E. Coyote cactuses that you see in the cartoons and stuff. This one looks like it's going to give you a hug, which don't really. Oh my god.
Baby one.
Hey, Justin Bieber's tuning in. That's crazy. We just talked about AI characters, Justin Bieber. So that is terrifying. I'm not joking. I'm not right there. Justin Bieber.
Oh,
right
I see it.
All right.
This is haunting. Well, I'm getting off the internet tonight because they found us.
How funny! I said Selena Gomez. He's probably checking in on her.
Hey, I love Selena Gomez. She's adorable.
She is.
How do you not see a giant cactus falling over you? And Rick, how you doing, brother? Yeah, how do you not see one of these coming your way? I don't understand that whatsoever. Look, they're big enough where birds are hiding in there. Come on, man. Oh, so he's not the brightest.
Flickering? Sorry.
The screen?
Yeah, is your guys' screen flickering?
No, I think I'm good.
It scrolls a little bit.
Oh, when I do this?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'll get out of there right now. Sorry about that. And okay, so it is the real Justin Bieber here, so that's cool. Well, thanks for
hard
the
to believe. Yep, that's absolutely
yeah.
correct. It's hard to believe.
It's hard to believe, but you know what? I'm
Believe.
cool with it. I believe. Yes, I do. My sister was a big fan until she found out you're Canadian. But other than that, other than that, great stuff.
He's a holder, right?
Oh my God! All right, where were we? I'm so lost right now. I'm thinking about AI cactuses now. So we got to get back on track here. Yes, evil con pastors. Very, very good subject. But I wanted to start with one of the earliest ones here. Her name is Amy Elizabeth Kennedy. She was born in 1890 in Canada, of all places. And she actually is the founder of the Foursquare Church, originally part of the Pentecostal movement throughout the U.S. And she was one of the first pastors who was not just touring, but using radio to her advantage. She had a very charismatic, uppity personality about her. And back in the day, women pastors weren't as common as men, but a miracle worker was a miracle worker anywhere you went. And if they believed, you could get stuff out of people. And she got enough stuff out of people where I'm going to bring this onto screen, where here in California, in Los Angeles, she built, there is my pictures, there we go, the Angeles temple here. This thing is giant. There's a picture back in the day, a little bit more relevant and more modern look at it right there. I mean, it's huge. It's beautiful. It's right next to Echo Park. If you've ever seen it, there's a picture of it with its giant radio tower back in the day where she would, what's the word I'm looking for? Broadcast from. Yeah, she built an empire out of make-believing that she got hurt on a horse and then it was okay. Because that never actually happened. She didn't get hurt on the horse. At least I don't think it was true. But nonetheless, she also lived a very crazy life. She's not as scandalous as some of the other guys who might have gotten into, but she did have an affair as a married lady. Oh, goodness. And she faked her own kidnapping and miraculous discovery, another miracle. So she could go be with her her side piece, I guess. So it's the only kind of crazy you find here in California, because I think the sun does something to our brains where we give people money for nothing and we let them build giant museums like
Florida
that.
too.
Yeah, Florida too. Yeah.
That's where Benny Hinn started. Well,
which one?
Actually, he started in Canada. Benny Hinn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I heard of this one.
Do you want to go into him next? The last thing I wanted to say about what's her name is just that she was a success story, because Foursquare Church is still around today. It's in all 50 states, I believe. So she did it. She went crazy and she took crazy back. So good for her.
She made a fucking franchise. Fries with that? Jesus.
Yeah.
Yes. Fries by Jesus?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
Yeah,
all right.
Church. I'm pretty sure there are a couple in Bakersfield. I know there are some in LA where I lived. Oh, baby.
Sorry, this thing's like scratching at my legs right now, so I'm trying to calm it down. It likes being held.
Oh.
Hey everybody.
Still cute.
What do you call it? Yeah, the Foursquare Church is quite popular. It's basically a sect of Pentecostal. Because that's where she got her started, and then she kind of broke off when she became more popular than they liked, especially for a lady. It's more difficult even today to be a cult leader lady. It's not fair. They deserve 100% instead of 77% of fanatic followers and people to drink their Kool-Aid. It's I believe in equal crazies for everybody. Good puppy. All right, calm down. Sorry, this dog's got to go. All right.
So cute though.
Call. All right. She's good. Okay. Who wants to go next? I'm sorry. Lauren, you up for it? You ready?
Okay. All right. Benny Hinn was born in Israel. He was of Armenian and Greek descent. He eventually moved to Canada, where he started going to church, and he eventually got his own TV show because he was so. His parents even thought that he was, starting to become a religious fanatic because he was so into the church. He eventually moved to Florida, and he got, he was on TV in Florida, and he's basically a faith healer. You guys have seen him for sure on videos where he's doing this and like people fly down.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
yes.
That's his preacher power.
Yep. So basically, he wants people to send him money because the more you pay your tithe and the more you believe in that faith healing faith. You give me your money and you'll be healed of whatever your illnesses are.
Seed faith or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
Jeez. Oh, those hurt my heart.
Yeah, those videos though are freaking hilarious. Like when I remember watching them as a kid too, because my mom used to watch, what was that channel? Not the Praise the Lord channel. He was on a different one. He was on
It's like the WWC. What it was like letters, wasn't
the
it?
Victory Channel or some shit like that.
Oh.
I can't remember which one Benny Hinn was on, but I remember watching that as a kid and being like, "Holy crap! Like that's cool!" Like, look, and I grew up in a Pentecostal church. From birth, I went to church till like 18 or 19. So I remember growing up and watching that shit on TV and thinking it was awesome and like really believing it. And then now looking back at these videos, like it's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. He's saying things like, "Oh, you're going to be cured of your cancer. No more cancer." Like bring these people on stage. And it's so sad. Some of these people even gave their life savings believing that they were going to be healed, and they're on TV saying, "Oh, I have cancer and the doctor recommends that I get this treatment, but I have faith that God's going to do it." And they don't get treatment, and then I'm sure that guy's passed away by now, because that video I saw was back in like the 90s.
No.
Damn.
So sad.
Ugh, yeah. Do you want me to get I have a picture of him if you want me to show it off real quick, and I have that video and from the messages. I can play that too if you guys like.
Oh yeah.
Google
for a minute.
That's Benny right there. That's Benny Hinn.
Benny Hinn.
That's a good picture of him right there.
He walks around. There's a video of him walking around the airport with like bodyguards and shit.
If he can heal people, why doesn't he bodyguards? Just heal yourself,
Right?
Just saying. I feel like you're wasting money on bodyguards. Just saying.
Yeah. His nephew came out and spoke against him, basically saying that he said something, like I guess one of his church members asked him a question about something, and like he didn't lie about it. And then he got a call from like another family member saying, "Hey, you better pipe down. You better not say anything." What? So it's like, yeah, he's basically kind of compared to a mob boss. Like it's a mob family.
Yeah, at a certain point, it's kind of it's definitely an organization. And at some point, I feel like it is a criminal organization. So,
very much.
Yeah. Shit. Leap to mob boss is not that far off in my book. I think you're on the money on that one.
Oh yeah. Especially telling people not to say anything about whether or not, the shit is fake.
Like, what are you going to do? Tell God not to let me in? Oh, I'm so scared.
Do you want me to throw that? I had that video lined up right here. If you're wanting it right now.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let me get that up there. I got to go back to Chrome.
I have some questions for you guys actually after we show this video, so it's perfect that you show it first.
All right, and.
That one made me laugh.
What fools
Jesus
Christ.
It's like cotton candy.
She's a drag queen.
Right? Shit, drag queens look better than that.
But see, Jan found a scripture in the Old Testament, and in the Living Bible it says that white hair is the crowning glory and is seen most amongst the godly. That is in the scripture.
Now that's something, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's something, isn't it?
That's what I don't get too, is how come these people who read the Bible, why don't they read it and like correct them and then go, why do you keep lying? Why do they keep following this?
Oh, he's dancing now.
This motherfucker right
here. He's evil. Oh,
yeah.
He's evil.
How many of you know that God blessed Abraham with riches? Blessed him with silver and gold. How many of you like silver and gold?
That's all right.
Those of you that don't, you're in the wrong church.
He's telling you who he is right there.
Jesus.
There will be 50 people give $1,000.
Jesus, take my wallet. I'm sorry. Fuck, take my dog too.
Just don't kill me.
Yeah.
It's called the number on your screen. We'll rush this out to you.
Anointing oil from the Holy Land.
I can get a bottle of that same oil at Save Mart.
One of the things
Right? In the ethnic session, you go over there and get the rose water and the holy water and
I
stuff.
found it very effective to mention the kinds of offenses that come in Scripture. The word offense in the Greek is scandal.
This one's funny. I love this one.
Texas rat trap.
Oh my God.
I've smashed
I love
many a
this.
finger on this thing trying to show this message. And when you put the bait on this trigger, that trigger is called the scandalon. That's the offense. And if you reach for the offense to be offended because you are an animal reaches for it to eat it, but a Christian reaches for the offense because he's hurt.
Oh my God. Josh, I'll check that out in just a minute. Damn. He must be healed.
Like he's trying to do the Carlton and just can't.
People don't even want to know the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, get him.
And our moms are gonna cut the crust off our sandwiches. Yeah.
God, shut your mouth and listen to me for a minute. It don't matter how big or how hot shot you think you are for the executive for IBM. I mean, give me a break.
Give me a break.
Do for a living, it's got nothing
God,
to
he's
do
so
with
sweaty.
what
He's like
really matters to
glistening.
God.
Wow.
So shiny.
He chose the foolish things of this world to confound the wise. You know, if you're an intellectual, you'll probably end up in hell for it.
You learn them book learnings, you're gonna go to hell for it. Jesus Christ.
In Ottawa, the capital of Canada.
How long you been on alcohol? There's 15 devils.
Oh shit, all 15 of them.
Jesus Christ, now that guy's gonna fucking die from alcohol withdrawals.
How is that not assault?
Right?
What's worse? These guys are the fake like karate masters who like beat you up with their chi. Like what's worse?
The best. Oh my God.
God. Okay, so this is what I want to know from you guys. What is your favorite televangelist preacher power? Like, is it the demon stomping? Is it the casting of something? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I really just love the healing
speaking
where
in
it goes
tongues.
like this and he doesn't even touch anyone and they all fall back. That's the best. That's my
like
power.
I like when they talk the Bible to dispute science. Like there's a girl who has a channel that's still active, and I don't think she's not a pastor per se, but she's very like she'll use the Bible to prove her points. And one of her points is that dinosaurs aren't real, and that the skeletons we found are just people that were paid. They were given a bunch of plaster and rocks, and they were told to make a dinosaur out of these, or else they won't get their video. Yeah, and I was like, "How? What? No, this is you can't really believe." I thought she was joking, but there's multiple, and I believe she posted as recently as November. So yeah, I love when they're like, "Well, you just proved that creationism. You know, look at your hand; it folds into itself. Only God could do that. Boom, I'm Jesus." You look at a banana. You know, a banana fits in your hand perfectly there. Homosexuality isn't good. Oh, but Jesus.
Oh my God.
What are you talking about? Like, how does any of this work? Like, and I've never been, I'm not anti-religion. I'm just anti-crazy.
Right. Now, if you could be, sorry, go ahead.
No, keep going.
I was gonna say, if you could be like a backup preacher to one of these guys, like who would you guys pick?
A backup preacher?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like the Robin to the Batman with these guys. Because some of them have them and then some of them don't. Or some of them will get a guest spot, that they'll bring someone on.
Jim Baker.
Oh, okay.
Is he the demon looking
Your
one?
hair's too small. You got to have bigger hair.
Oh, I know.
You got to add like 6 or 7 of them.
He's selling the apocalypse buckets.
Oh, really?
Buckets. Good. I was looking for a tote bag.
God.
Shit, I'm in the wrong business.
Oh my gosh. What about you, Migs?
I would pick. Who's the dude who tried to blow COVID-19? That dude.
Kenneth Copeland.
That's who I got.
Oh yeah, him, or if it was, if he was still alive, Jim Jones. I think he would be a good one
Ooh.
because there's a lot of uppers
You would drink
in
the
that
Kool-Aid?
party. There was no Kool-Aid. It was Flavor Aid. Shh, uncultured.
Dude, it was fucking grape. That shit's disgusting.
I like purple stuffs. It's not even actual grape flavor. It's just purple flavored.
No, that's why it's gross.
Delicious.
Peanut likes purple.
I like purple.
I don't like purple colored fake foods. They taste gross. It tastes weird.
Purple
It's funny.
stuff.
It's fake purple stuff.
What?
Tastes like cough syrup.
Cough syrup?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's why. I don't like medicine. That shit's gross too. If it's not a pill, I'm good.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. Okay, I got something that Joshua has been clamoring for, so I'm gonna play this real quick. Let's see if it works. There we go. Street Fighter Edition. Dang it, wrong.
Oh.
USA.
Penny hint. Okay, here we go.
Round 1.
This is awesome.
Fuck yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
Oh, they're both. I didn't let him fall.
That's what I was talking about.
I love it. Good call, Lauren. Then you get the apocalypse bucket, and then when the zombies come, you're fucking set.
They're not even trying to catch these people.
Oh my god.
What?
I love it.
Round 1.
Oh god.
Fight. Shinku Hadouken.
The one's like, he's pulling him back. She's pulling him.
Oh, ow. All those
She's
people behind them.
There's no fucking. No, there's no way.
Shinku Hadouken.
Oh my god, I know what I'm binge watching tonight.
You win.
Oh, he made them so dizzy.
USA.
Balrog. Oh no.
Round 1.
Not this guy.
1.
Good job.
Oh my god.
What the fuck was that?
That's weird.
Yeah, that was a little awkward. It's like I repelled the demon.
Oh, he straight up punched him in the face.
Oh my god.
Nice. He's a near in the chin.
I've seen more believable shit on WWE.
I don't. What is he doing?
Is she
Just wanting at a fly. Like, goddamn demon, get out of my face! Annoying the shit out of me.
Gosh. All right. I'm cutting it right there. That was ridiculousness.
That was pretty good.
Oh my gosh.
That was fantastic.
They need that music in the background, and if they can get the copyrights to that, I'm sure a church could do that. I'm sure they could.
Oh my god.
It just, and there's so many that believe it. It's just like, oh, we're all gonna fall over. They had to pull one of those little boys down.
Yeah. It's fucking insane.
I'm at a loss for words right there.
All I know is that I'm in the wrong motherfucking business because these guys make bank. And yet that the thing is too is that I guess the IRS has like a very vague guideline or checklist to what would qualify for you to be exempt as a church.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, it's very vague. So I mean, we could be a church if we wanted to. Like, there's no really. I mean, there's not like a big. There's a couple of checklists to be a church, but anybody can do it. Like,
we should start one.
Yeah, fuck it, why not?
Use it as a studio.
I like where your head's at.
Evangelistics.
What do you call it? Well, I mean, you go to LA alone, you're gonna run into like 70, 80, 100 different sects of Christianity. It's the New Day, Foundational Christ, but only three apostles because the other ones suck. The priests, biblical. They have such crazy names. and they all have their own, just these little slight variations. And those little variations is like a niche on a website, like when you want to drive traffic, like a SEO kind of thing, where you just build a website to make money. So they're building these churches. Oh, it's just different enough where we don't have to give any tithing to this church over here. We'll just keep all the money that our people give us. And it looks close enough to this other church that they'll come and worship here. And all of a sudden you've given like $1,000 a month to these people, and you're no better off.
Yeah. Well, that site I gave you earlier, what did I say it was? Ministrywatch.com.
Yes.
They're actually a website that they kind of review and get like a rapport with these bigger churches, and they put them on like a rating system, and they tell you about it. So you can go and pre-look at some of these churches before you even go to them to see if they're really not, if they seem fake or whatever. Like, okay, so for example, Kenneth Copeland, his transparency rating on that site is an F because he's not honest. He won't respond to their stuff, and he won't because he's told other people too. It's none of your business what money I make. It's none of your business how much money I have. It's none of your business how much I spent on Tyler Perry's fucking plane because he gave me a good deal on it.
Do you remember Don't Be a Menace in South Central, Drinking Your Juice in the Hood?
Hell yeah, I do.
Why's the pastor gotta have a nice car? Huh? Why's the pastor gotta live in a nice house? Huh? Why's the pastor gotta have a personal masseuse? Just don't ask no questions. I love that scene. Oh my god. And I'm looking at the F ratings right here. The only thing I can say is that I don't know much about Ministry Watch themselves, but do you guys know the Better Business Bureau, right?
Yeah.
Like they have given every Wolfgang Puck restaurant and all of Disney's attractions Fs because they won't pay to play. So
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't know much about ministrywatch.com. It could be a very good site, but I'm also very curious when they put these listings out there, like, is it really because they're not good or because they're just not working with you was why you give them those F ratings? Because they could just be scamming on top of a scam, which is genius. I'm not going to question like good job for them. But it's like the Better Business Bureau. There was a huge documentary about that. Like there was some really shitty places that would pay them and they would get a B or an A, because, they want to be part of the system. They're part of the solution. But then all of a sudden you have one of the world's most renowned chefs at the time. He doesn't want to pay for his restaurants to be on your list. And all of a sudden you're giving him an F, even though he doesn't want anything to do with you. So what if Our Lady of Perpetual Help is like, hey, Ministry Watch, thank you for having us here, but we're not going to pay you. Well, you know what? F. You guys are teaching your children how to roll cocaine into spider eggs and sell it to children or something. I don't know. But I just feel like those are those kinds of
sites.
sites.
What are you doing at home, Miguel?
It's really boring.
Those must be good Catholic children, and you're corrupting them.
That the schools do that enough for them. It's fine. It's totally fine. Private schools are no longer a safe place. All right, just don't send your kids there. Anyway, but no, I'm checking this list out. I see a couple on here that are very specific to their areas. Like one is called Tampa Bay Dream Center. Joel Osteen's Lakewood Church is on there. Joel Osteen, another piece of shit. Transport for Christ, Catholic Charities USA, which I know is actually a really bad one. They're not even, I don't think they're actually associated with the Catholic Church anymore.
What's that, Westboro Church?
I don't see them on here, but I would not doubt it. I would not doubt they're on here. Venture International. That just sounds like that sounds like an investment company, not a church anything.
Yeah.
Jeez. Maybe it's a church camp for boys. Is it a Catholic church?
We actually have to go. We should actually go into some of those corruption stories because it's sad to have to say this, but they're in every organization that ever allows kids to be near adults or just lifestyles.
I remember a youth pastor who used to talk about my ass, and he slapped a 17-year-old girl's ass, and he was 28, and he was talking to us about his porn addictions and shit.
What?
Like,
Jesus
Christ. And he's still a pastor somewhere.
Fuck. Yeah. I don't know how that works. These people are just fucking horrible.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's move past that.
It's hard to move past that stuff because it's everywhere, top to bottom. I mean, you can't you can't say, oh, it's a Catholic Church problem. It's any organization problem. It's everywhere. I mean, the what do you call them? The people who live like the Mennonites, the
Amish.
The Amish are having a huge scandal with that right now. Throughout the Amish society, because I mean there really was no checks and balances, because I mean they were living a separatist lifestyle, which was fine. It's just work off the land. They don't want a bunch of technology. No one saw anything wrong with that. It's hard to see anything wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of cases coming up about people coming out with their abuse stories now, simply because being that separate allowed bad things to happen. And that's where society's kind of got to step in. And it's horrible, and it happens, and it's got to be talked about. But it's just
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's terrible. It really is. Because I like the Amish. I like their hats, but now I don't know.
I like the blankets. They look so cozy. You ever see those patchwork quilts that they make? They're so pretty. I'm like, oh.
I just concerned with how much work they've done for the devil to make those fireplaces that don't require electricity to work. That's got to be some kind of satanic power, which I wouldn't mind buying one. They're reasonably priced. It's fine. But yeah, that's a whole other tangent. But gosh dang, it all ties into these people up top just scamming and being horrible to people down below.
Mm-hmm. Even to the point where they die because these people listen to him. Like Kenneth Copeland, he had like kind of a big deal go on with his name in early 2000s. I want to 2004, 2005. Bonnie Parker, she had terminal breast cancer, and she didn't tell her family, she didn't tell her friends, she told nobody. But she watched the Copelands on TV religiously, and she started sending money because the Copelands do this prosperity preaching, where how you were talking about earlier, Lauren, with yours, is basically like if you give, you get, and the more you give, the more likely you are to get. Mm-hmm. It's not a guarantee, because if you don't get it, it's because you didn't give enough. That's why you have to give more. So you're sowing into the church is what they call it. So you're sowing your money into the church. And she was very poor. And they started like sending her letters back and stuff, discouraging her from going and getting treatment for her cancer. And they started doing sermons on TV in regards to cancer and, the cancer and illness and all that. That's just the devil. And if you reject the devil, you won't be sick anymore. You will be healed. And talked her into giving all this money. She was out. Sorry, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. So she was doing it for a really long time. And then she passed away in 2004. Her daughters ended up finding journals of hers from back to 1995. When she first got sick. So she'd been sick for almost 10 years, maybe. So she was sick for about 9 years. In her journal writings, like she had, and she had letters from them. Like they were corresponding with one another. Not necessarily the Copelands, like it's probably a staff person, just writing these bullshit letters. Saying, there's going to be a change coming soon. We can feel it, send more money, blah, blah, blah. And in her journal, she's writing that she just wants to win the Powerball, because if she can win, $1 million, she can give it to the church, because she knows if she gives it to the church, then she'll be healed by God and she won't be sick and dying anymore. And then there's they actually showed some photos from her journal. Like she has one where it's written in big letters, "Please God help me." And these people are encouraging her to stay away from medical treatment.
So 9 years she was talking. It's very easily possible to believe that if she would have started getting help from that time, she would have been fine.
That's what her daughters were saying. They're like, but nobody knew she was sick. She didn't tell anybody that she was dying. She just was like, I'm going to keep this to myself and I'm going to get better and I'm just going to go on with my life. And for 9 years, she suffered. at the hands of these fucking crooks. And this shit's legal? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
How
no,
is it that like Charlie Manson could go to prison even though he did not kill anybody? All he was influential. Well, these motherfuckers are influential and they're millionaires. They're taking money from innocent people, vulnerable people, and they're not in jail. But Charlie Manson literally almost literally died in fucking prison. How is that right? There's no difference.
Right.
You can get in trouble for giving medical advice when it's not, prevalent. I don't understand how they can't get in trouble just for that alone, let alone bilking someone out of this. And yeah, like Josh was in the comments, God is not a vending machine. Disgust me when people treat him like that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like it's not right. It's not how it works. I mean, we've been fighting about that since what's his name? Luther. I forget. So I think it's like Martin Luther from the Lutheran Church. Like the first thing his complaint was Catholic Church taking money from nobles for tithings. It's the original like you give us money and you'll have better stuff in the afterlife. Not quite healing, but like points for down the road only, not healing now. But he saw that and was like, dude, you can't do that. Go make money some other way. And he completely put his stuff out there. And one dude, poor German guy, nails one letter onto a church, and then we have a brand new religion that splits away from, that's the Lutherans. That's the Lutherans right there.
Oh, the Lutherans.
Who
did Protestant?
That was later on. That was in England. That's because it goes Judaism, Catholicism with Christianity, the split between the church, Lutheran, Protestants, and a few other ones were created at the same time later on.
Okay, the bratty.
Sorry, I had to know all this stuff to be
the
allowed.
Bratty baby kids. That's who the Protestants are.
But yeah, it's just that breaks my heart to hear that kind of stuff because, I mean, God works in mysterious ways, yes, but those ways are not give a crazy person all your money and he's gonna pray it out of you. No, medicine's pretty crazy if you think about it. That's mysterious to me,
right? And then what's crazy? Yeah, what's crazy though is that like he basically admits that he's taking money from people. He's there was an Inside Edition. Sorry, my eyes hurt. There's an Inside Edition video from about a year ago where a reporter kind of like bombarded him while he was getting into his vehicle. Oh, you saw that one too? Cool, because then you'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
She's asking about like why he won't like fly on public airways and stuff. Like why does he have to have a jet and whatnot? And how much did you pay for it? And he's like, well, that's none of your business. But if you listen to the stuff he says in between it, it's like, because she's like, okay, well, I understand you also get money from other things, like you sell books and, you do this, you do that. And he goes, and natural gas. And then if you listen in his little rant and pick the pieces out, and then know that he sits on a $6.3 million piece of tax-free property that he acquired with funding from his viewers and shit. He says he lives on natural gas. You don't just live, you sell that natural gas. So he's saying that he took everyone's money and then bought himself a house and invested it into property that would make him more money.
Yeah, he has like his own oil.
Yeah. The fuck? Yeah. And this is okay to do this. Like, and it's okay to not be taxed on it. These people need to be in prison for tax evasion at minimum.
Yeah.
That is just.
And the richer you are, the more godlike you are, because God really wasn't poor. God was a rich man, just like the Jews, because Jews valued money. And I thought it was funny. The lady goes, well, some people would find that offensive.
Wait, what's the name of that video? If you can give me like the best you can give, because I want to play that real quick. And that
it was Inside Edition. It was like, it said a year ago, it was Inside Edition, Kenneth Copeland, and something about his airplane. He says that he said everybody's like demons on the plane.
The long tube filled with demons.
Yeah, the long tube filled with demons. But he's like, dude, he is like Crazy Joe's fucking cousin. Like he is I love that he's metal though, dude. Like everybody like remixes him like into these metal songs.
COVID-19. Yeah. Oh my god.
I love that shit.
Like he looks evil too. Like
he's creepy as fuck.
That weird tan, his fake black hair. It's like, dude, we know that you have gray hair. We know that that's a dye.
Does this look familiar to you guys at all?
Yeah, this is it.
Yes.
Yeah,
This is
it's
it?
like
Yes.
yeah, I think it's like a 12-minute long video though.
I got there's a 3-minute little wrap up one right here.
Oh, nice. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
Let's see if this will.
We'd just like to ask you about why you don't want to fly commercial. Why have you said that you won't fly commercial? You said that it's like getting into a tube with a bunch of demons.
Demon
Why do you
tube.
think that?
Get in my demon tube. Oh man, that's a sex thing.
Watch his face. It's
The main
fucking
reason.
crazy.
Is because of the need.
He gets intense looks on his
If I
face.
flew commercial, I'd have to stop 65% of what I'm doing. That's really the main.
Isn't it true that you want to fly commercial so that you can fly in luxury? How much money did you pay for Tyler Perry's Gulfstream jet, for example?
Well, for example, that's really none of your business. But
Business of your donors.
Yeah, it is.
I pay.
Business of your donors.
It is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of caught me off guard here. Okay.
Good.
If you like to come out here, I'd like to.
You didn't have time to think of a lie quick enough?
To catch your breath and have a conversation. We don't want to catch you off guard.
I love Inside Edition. You got to get this now. Hey, you listen to me? My wife
Be
thinks
friendly
Inside
and charming
Edition
and
is...
butter up and
Oh,
change the
yeah.
conversation.
Fucking
I'm
lies,
doing
dude.
lies.
Thank you, Lord. Help me. Just let me pray. We have brought over 100. Let's see. The latest figures just came out.
His lawyer's going, no.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. And I prayed about it, and I thought,
creepy.
I'm not missing that dedication in Jerusalem.
What?
Without the airplane.
He looks like he eats fucking babies when he does
I
that.
didn't get anywhere in
He probably does.
He made it.
In his
he made that
$63 million
airplane so
home.
cheap for me. I couldn't help but buy it.
It's so cheap. That happens to me all the time, you know. So many cheap planes.
I'm very concerned about that comment.
Chance here, Inside Edition.
I'm gonna talk to Curtis about this because he owns some planes. Maybe it's maybe.
The comment. You said that you don't like to fly commercial because you don't want to get into a tube with a bunch of demons. Do you really believe that human beings are demons?
No, I do not. And don't you ever say I did.
See, I would have smacked a motherfucker right in the face for doing that.
We wrestle not with flesh and blood.
He's trying to intimidate her.
Principalities and powers.
I know.
Can you
Like,
explain
he's
what you
fucking
meant by that?
crazy
By
old
that term, then. Just explain.
I love
It's
her.
really
She just
simple.
keeps.
You said you
You
didn't
want
want
to
to get
explain
into a
what
tube
you
with a bunch of
meant
demons. What did you mean?
She's very nice. She's very pleasant.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
let me ask
but
you.
she's
Galatians chapter 3. If you belong to Christ, then are you Abraham's seed and heirs according to his promise. And his promise was great wealth. Glory to God. I love Inside Edition. I love
See, that's
people
the
on
thing
it.
is he
thrills
totally
me to get a
he,
chance to have
not the
my
news
face on
people,
Inside
but
Edition.
Thank you
Oh,
very
that's-
much.
oh,
and you
God.
have a nice day.
he totally butchered that because that's not what it says in the Bible. It actually
no.
says the exact opposite. It says to get rid of all of your shit. You shouldn't have possessions. You should give them away to people who need them.
Because the wealth will come from within.
Yes.
Heaven.
So how do people still follow this? Like, that's what I don't get. I mean, people have pinchy ojos. You can read shit. How do you read that and then listen to him and then be okay with what he's saying? Like that, I don't.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know, maybe desperate people.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you know, honestly, I don't want to bring him up too much because we're almost to the end of it. But like Jim Jones, the first of his followers, where he started with very old people who need to be taken care of, but they had some property left. So you know, once they were in his care, they could sell that stuff, and but they did need someone there for them at the end of their life. You know, it was true. And then he took care of people of color in areas where segregation was still very real and happening. But he was a prominent business owner and he was a pastor in the area, so he could use his connection in order to get them things that, you know, other churches were just promising in prayer. So he could literally cause changes in their life in the beginning. And he would go to drug addicts and he would go to people who just got out of prison. And he would get these people to become not so much, they didn't want dependent on him, but they got their start into a new life because of him. And that's going to create a fanatic. And once you get that kind of energy going from a few dozen to a few hundred people, it's got to be more easy to fall into that same mindset when you're not the person who needed him, but you see everybody else around needing him. And then you think to yourself, well, fuck, maybe I need this guy too. Maybe he really is the real deal. And I just sign everything over. And then you have those good-hearted people who are like, he's doing good things. You know, it's the church is giving money technically to the soup kitchens, or they are helping out with the elderly, you know, taking care of them, until that turn happens. And then you're so far into it. When do you allow yourself to get out? It's a very scary thought. But that's what happened to a lot of people down in Jonestown. About 800 people died because of that, because there was no way to turn out. We're very stubborn that way, human beings. It's just yeah.
People stop being a stupid, okay?
I wish. But other than that, yeah, we'll get into more later on, guys, because I think there's still so much on this topic, because there's a bajillion evil sons of bitches out there. But for tonight, we got to wrap this up because we are over time, and I'm ready to go inside. I'm chilly out here.
I'm hungry.
I'm going to bed.
All right, guys. Y'all have a good one. We'll see you next week. Maybe we'll bring up some more of this next time too. I think it was a really good topic, guys.
All right. Sounds good to me.
All right. Y'all have a good one. Make sure to follow us the Instagram, the YouTube machine, Facebook, wherever you like. Just as long as you're following. And we'll catch you next time.
All right, bye guys.
Bye.